welcome back to my channel. I am really excited about this video. I am so excited to talk about gut health and most importantly, 6 ways to improve your gut health. I do want to start with a disclaimer that what works for me may not work for you. I know we all have different bodies, different gut microbiomes, and also different symptoms. When I first started my gut health journey, I had a lot of major gut issues. So yeah, and I'll talk a little bit about those as we move along, but I want to go ahead and just jump right in the 6 ways to improve your gut. And I actually healed my gut years ago, and I'm still following this regimen right now. So let's get started. So number 1, and something I think is very, very important, is take a probiotic. When I first started my gut healing journey, I didn't include probiotics. I didn't really understand how important they were, but after doing a lot of research and working with my healthcare provider, I started including probiotics, and guys, I saw results right away. It was just like immediately. During the time when I started my journey, I had a lot of bloating, a lot of pain in my lower belly. I think I remember one person at work saying, "Are you pregnant?" And I was like, "No." And I was in pain, but I think that's when I realized, okay, yeah, we need to handle this, because yeah, it was not a good look. But once I started taking a probiotic, I immediately, for me, the bloating went started going away, I should say. It eventually went away for good, but the bloating started to dissipate. The pain went away. The gut pains that I had, the digestion issues I faced. So probiotics are really important. And I do have my laptop. I have like some notes I want to make sure. So if I'm looking down, I want to make sure that I cover everything in this video. But probiotics can support healthy gut microbiome and prevent gut inflammation and other intestinal problems. And I have to say, in my case, that was really, really true. The one note I'll say about probiotics is it is a lot of trial and error. I tested a lot, or took, I should say, tested a lot of different probiotics. You'll find some that are shelf stable that are really good, and also some that are refrigerated that are really good. So I have 2 brands with 2 different strains that I like to take. I switch between the 2. I'll link them in the description. As a matter of fact, everything I mentioned today will be below in the description box. But I would say everybody's gut is so different. So I definitely test out the probiotics that I use, but find the ones that work for you and work for your gut. Second way to improve your gut is to eat fermented foods. And guys, I eat a lot of fermented foods. One thing I will say about fermented foods, when I first started, and I'm not sure if anyone else is either this has happened to them or they're going through it now. I couldn't eat fermented foods in the beginning. They were just too strong for my gut. My gut was just very weak, and I had a lot of gut issues. But once I healed my gut, and fermented foods helped me to heal, but once I totally healed my gut, I was able to eat them freely. And the ones that I reach for over and over again, that I would say stay in my diet weekly, if not daily, I'll start with sauerkraut. That's one thing that I eat on a regular. I think you guys, I did a breakfast. Like, I love doing eggs on toast or eggs on English muffins and adding some sauerkraut on top. I love just like regular cabbage sauerkraut as well as beet sauerkraut. Both are very delicious. I just recently did a mini grocery haul where I shared my fermented spicy kimchi. Here it is again. Love this stuff. I've started, as you can see, I've already started eating it, but I'm incorporating kimchi back in my diet. Kimchi was one that it took me a while. I mean, my gut had to heal a lot before I could start eating kimchi, because the first time I ate it, it just didn't agree. So I had to back off and I think wait a few months before I could incorporate kimchi. And then I've just recently brought it back into my diet. So this is big for me. And also, guys, if you ever get an opportunity to have like really good, authentic kimchi fried rice, yes, so good. You have to try it. If you can find a restaurant in your area, wherever you live in the world, have some kimchi fried rice and thank me later. So good. And that's something I actually cook my own, homemade. I love it. I actually just made some recently and added like a third of a cup of this kimchi into it. It was so good. Next up is yogurt, both Greek and coconut yogurt. That's what I include in my diet. I will say it has to be plain, unsweetened yogurt. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners. Guys, sugar and artificial sweeteners are so horrible for your gut. We all know sugar is addicting, but it also can do damage to your gut. And I'm not talking about natural sugars and fruits. I'm talking about, you know, added corn syrup and all of these other fructose and sucrose, all this other stuff that they put into packaged and artificial, or I should say packaged goods and processed foods. So I stay away from that. But most important, the sugars that they put in yogurt, all of that cane sugar, you don't want that when you're trying to heal your gut. So I stayed off dairy for a long time and just did coconut yogurt. I'll link the brand of coconut yogurt. I eat coconut coat. I still do to this day. But coconut coat has such, I think it's 16 different probiotics. And the great thing about fermented food is they are natural probiotics. So I do know that sometimes people, for whatever reason, don't want to take a probiotic, haven't found a probiotic that works for them. Some people have problems swallowing pills or just don't want to do like a probiotic liquid. So, or liquid formula of a probiotic. So they'll do the natural way, which is in food, and yogurt is a great way to get those healthy probiotics into your gut. So once again, make sure it's unsweetened and plain. Add that into your diet. So good. Next up is I added a probiotic drink back into my diet, and that is kombucha. And so I don't do a lot of kombucha. There are two brands that I like, and one of them is GT's Synergy, and this is the raw kombucha with Health-Ade. And the reason why I really like this, number one, I look for kombuchas that have ginger as either the primary ingredient or one of the top ingredients. And most kombuchas, I try to keep it to no more than, you know, a few ingredients. That's my other thing too. If I see a kombucha with a whole list, yeah, I'm not drinking it. But this is just the kombucha culture: black tea, green tea, kiwi juice, fresh pressed ginger juice, and 100% love. I love this one. I would say with kombucha, unless your gut is really healthy, really strong, I always recommend start really slow with kombucha. I started off just drinking like a few ounces, and then I increased it and even now to this day, I only drink a half a bottle of kombucha. And I also make sure that the sugar content is low. This entire bottle is 12 grams of sugar, and I'll drink half, which is like 6 grams of sugar. So once again, I like the fact that it's not cane sugar in there, it's kiwi juice. So as far as I'm concerned, that's coming from fruit. So if I drink the whole bottle, I don't stress over it that much. But I do like kombucha, and I brought that back recently. I think it is another great way to get probiotics into your body. So yeah, kombucha. And once again, I will list the 2 brands that I like down below in the description box. Third, guys, eat prebiotic rich foods. And if you don't know what prebiotic food is, it really feeds probiotics. So probiotics feed off of prebiotics, and they help to grow the flora in your gut, I should say. So the ones that I reach for over and over in terms of prebiotic, number 1 is asparagus. That is like a superfood when it comes to just overall health and diet, but especially as a prebiotic food. I roast or I stir fry my asparagus. I try not to get it too mushy, but just still kind of crunchy. So I love it stir fried in a vegetable stir fry or roasted. I'll do a sheet pan with asparagus, some potatoes or sweet potatoes, and salmon. So yummy. Just 1 sheet pan in the oven and good to go. Also onion and garlic. Those are like number 1 for me. I eat onion and garlic daily. I roast it, I stir fry it. I also drink chicory root coffee. My favorite brand is Ticino. Love, love, love Ticino. So good. This is their hazelnut flavor, but they have, they even have, I guess they're blends. They have some that have like mushrooms in them that I drink a lot, and I love the dandelion root of this brand because dandelion is so great for you. It helps detoxify your liver. It's so soothing. But I will mix this. They come in little packets. Here, I'll share the packets with you. You can actually carry them individually. I take them with me on travel instead of taking the whole box. And yeah, I'll mix it. I'll get some hot water, 2/3 or 3/4 of a cup of hot water from like Starbucks or someplace. If I'm like traveling at an airport, I'll add that. I'll put unsweetened almond milk or soy milk or oat milk and some cinnamon. So delicious. And when I gave up coffee, I started drinking chicory root coffee. There is another brand out there that I want to try. I'll link it below, but I've been looking at it. I just can't find it. But this brand I do like a lot, and I don't drink it every day or even weekly, but when I do have a taste for coffee or a coffee substitute, I will turn to my Ticino for my chicory root coffee. Another prebiotic food that I include in my diet is tempeh. I love tofu. I love tofu and I love tempeh. So good, so delicious. This is basically fermented soybeans that's shaped into a patty. I love this one. This one has organic brown rice, organic barley, and organic millet, as well as the probiotic starter in here. And guys, tempeh is so delicious to me. I literally started treating tofu and tempeh like chicken in a sense or just meat, like a meat substitute. So I'll season it, I'll marinate it, I'll let it sit overnight. It soaks up the flavor. I've even used tempeh, like crushed it up and used it in spaghetti. But yeah, I really like it. I think when I first tried it, I was like, what is this? Yeah, I didn't like it. But then I got used to it and I learned how to season it. It goes back to season your food. Once I learned how to marinate, the best marinades and seasonings, love it. And actually, guys, comment below if you want to see some tempeh recipes on my channel. I can start incorporating just some food that I cook with tempeh, or just recipes that I make on a regular, and share them with you. And if it's something that you want to add regularly as part of your weekly meal prep, yeah, let me know below. The fourth way to heal your gut is to reduce stress. And I know that's easier said than done sometimes, because we do live in a stressful world. We face stress every day, and I know you can't completely eliminate stress, but I would say look at ways of reducing stress. And I will say, if you have stress that leads to anxiety or depression, please seek help, see a professional. But if you want to just work on just reducing the stress in your life, I would say find activities that truly help you wind down, kind of get the stress out of your life. For me, I love journaling. I also love yoga. I think yoga is a great way to relieve stress. The whole idea of like breathing in and then pushing that breath out, especially when you exhale, and for me, it's like you're just getting all that stress like out of your life. I love it. So definitely, if you can look at even just some breath work with yoga, I think that's a great way to combat stress. The other thing, or reduce stress, the other thing that I love is meditation. And there's some great meditation and yoga YouTube videos. So I'll link a couple down below, but I would definitely look at that. And then finally, guys, a big thing for me is exercise, walking, moving your body. You know, big for me is walking, and that transitions to number 5, which is exercise. Walking for me helps relieve stress. It's a good way to just I like to just clear my thoughts when I'm walking, so it's a great stress reliever. But exercise in general is just great for your gut health. According to research, studies have shown that people who are more active tend to have a healthier gut. And all of these, guys, everything that you're doing helps with weight loss. And so a healthier gut helps you lose weight. So the more you can reduce your stress and walk, and include aerobic type activity. Part of that studies talked a lot about finding aerobic like activities. So I love walking, I love hiking. I do like spin class. I think that is like another way to move my body. Look at other ways to incorporate exercise to help with your gut microbiome and help you with overall a healthy gut. Finally, number 6, and the last way to help heal your gut. And once again, I've done all 6 of these. This is how I was able to heal my gut the first time. But it's one of the things that I've talked about since I started this YouTube channel, and it's get enough sleep. It's really important to have a good, healthy nighttime routine to help you get enough good quality sleep, particularly 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Once again, I pulled from an article that said having a good nighttime routine that supports 7 to 9 hours of sleep can help improve gut health. if you're sleep deprived, it can have negative effects on your gut flora. So once again, guys, we know that having great sleep not only plays a part in our gut health, but once again, it goes back to the weight loss. It also helps with weight loss as well. There's a correlation between sleep, gut health, and weight loss. So we want to make sure that we have a great routine, nighttime routine, that helps us wind down from the day, get good quality sleep, and we're doing all of the other things to help improve our guts. Finally, guys, I want to mention 2 other supplements that I include as part of my gut health journey. I do the 6 things, but these other 2 are also important. And number 1 is I take L-glutamine. It is a supplement that's great for your gut, but most important, your gut lining. When I initially worked on healing my gut lining was, not in the best shape. I had leaky gut. I had problems digesting food. Like I said, constant bloating, pain. I still have, acne scars. A lot more of my acne now is more hormonal, but I have leftover acne scars. I even had a little bit of eczema, and a lot of that is dealing with your gut lining and your just gut overall being healthy. You'll see a lot of articles and even YouTube videos, and even I've talked anecdotally with people that once they cleared their gut and it was totally healed, their skin cleared up, and the same thing happened for me. One thing I will say, I mentioned in a previous video that I had some health issues and I had to do 2 rounds of antibiotics. Yeah, antibiotics, it removes the bad bugs, but it also takes away, wipes out a lot of the good bugs that you need in your gut. So all of these 6 things plus these 2 additional supplements is part of my current routine that I'm doing right now to get my gut back to where it was like totally healed. My skin had cleared up. I was sleeping well, and I'm already starting to see benefits just by staying consistent. But yeah, the L-glutamine is good for your gut lining, and to aid with that, I do include collagen, and I look at collagen as a supplement. Yes, it's good for your hair, skin, nails, joints, but it's also great for your gut, help healing your gut lining. But I also will put / bone broth, because I do realize there are some people who don't like collagen powder, don't like for me personally, I get unflavored. So I haven't had any issues with the collagen powder that I use, but I have heard people say they've had issues or they just didn't like the way it smelled or taste. I personally don't taste or smell anything, but if you do, bone broth, and I still drink bone broth. If you saw in my video last week where I did my 5K, the 5K Black History Month race, at the end of it, one of the things I did, but one of the meals I put in my body before I actually ate was I drank some bone broth. I think bone broth is just so great. And I used to drink it consistently every day, and I've gone back to it, and just already I'm seeing a difference just by adding bone broth daily. So I would definitely say I look at bone broth / collagen and L-glutamine as supplements on top of the 6 other ways to improve your gut. And I think just doing all of those help to heal my gut, and is currently part of my routine now as I'm healing my gut again. But this time, guys, I noticed the difference. I didn't have as many issues as I did the first time. I went on a gut healing journey, and that journey took me about, I want to say, 1.5 to 2 years to totally heal. And I think because I healed all the way, where literally I had no issues for years with my gut, that saved me once I had to take antibiotics in 2022. So I felt some of the symptoms coming back, but luckily for me, I just jumped right on it. After I finished, I personally did not start the probiotics until I finished the antibiotics, and then I started pumping the probiotics and the fermented foods and everything else into my body. So those are the 6 ways to heal your gut that I have found that works for me. I hope this information is helpful to you and you found something that you can, like a gem or a nugget that you can add to your gut healing journey, or just part of your everyday gut health regimen. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I post my next video. All right, guys. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.